The Saints lost to the Bills 31-19 like they were supposed to. However, even though I don't think it's Spencer Rattler's fault, I think that it's time for Kellen Moore to consider a QB change. I just think we're here. I think that the Saints, we know they are. They stink. It's kind of an interesting, it's an unfortunate kind of suck because they're not actually terrible. They want to fight. They fought with the Bills team that's really good, and then just look up and it's a 12-point game. But they ran the ball very well, 180 yards rushing for the Saints. They got pressure on Josh Allen. They actually got him to throw a pick, almost caught two, had him looking a little flustered at points. The problem is the offense, no matter how Kellen Moore tries to. This game, it was Rattler run more, and he did run more. He actually ran for 50 yards. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I can't tell if it's the talent around him, because it always feels like the Saints should have more points than they do, because their offense is very efficient, but they're not good in the red zone. It's because Rattler doesn't make plays. He's not a playmaker. Now, they did have an instant where he threw it a little bit behind Cook down in the red zone, and that was a big play. You got to hit that. Cook almost came up with it, but that just has to be caught because that would have given them the lead in the fourth quarter. And maybe you don't bench Spence, but I just don't see why not at this point. I mean, if the team's going to be 0-4, not win games, yeah, you can keep them in, but at a certain point, it's like, all right, let's see what the rookie has. So maybe not even this game, next game, because again, it's not like Spencer's playing bad. I don't even think he's the problem. I don't really know what the problem is. They don't seem terribly coached. They just don't have talent. I don't know. But then you see the D-line make plays. The running backs kind of make plays. Juwan Johnson's cool. They just stink, and I don't know why. It's interesting. So at this point, I might try the quarterback because Spencer Rattler, he does do a lot of nothing. Like, he really does. He was 18 for 27. He doesn't push the ball down the field. He runs a little bit, but it's like there's nothing to him to kind of that pushes you over an edge. I mean, against Josh Allen, let alone of any fucking game so far this season. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's mix it up, man. They stink. Maybe they'll wait a couple more weeks before trying it because Spencer hasn't played bad. It's not a Russ situation where, all right, this dude's just he's fucking awful. Get him out of here. It's not quite that in New Orleans. He makes plays, and you're like, whoa, Spence. And then you look up, and it's like, but they still just never have the lead. They're always trailing, and they get close to getting the lead, and then they don't get the lead, and the other team wins. And so it's like at some point you got to do something. You got to make plays out there. You got to score the ball. And that's really the problem with the Saints. In between the 20s, they're great. Inside the 20-yard line, God. It just, yeah, Spence just doesn't have it, unfortunately. He's cosplaying as Alex Smith, and it looks cool. It's just not working. And so the Saints look like, it's funny, they look like, I mean, obviously they are one of the worst teams in the league. They're 0-4. And I actually think they need to get a little worse, if that makes sense, for them to secure this one seed. I mean, there's some bad I don't know if they're worse than, or if they're better than, whatever the fuck, better than the Dolphins or the Jets, who are right down there with them. And they play each other. Big game for the Saints. Either way, one step closer to that first overall, John. But yeah, who do they play next? They play the Giants, Patriots, Bears. I don't know, bro. By the way, all three of those teams won today. Even if you want to say, I don't know when the Saints are winning a game. I think they will, because they look competent enough to beat someone. Who that someone is, I'm not sure. So we shall see. with the Saints, but why not play Tyler Stroud? I guess keep Rattler in a couple more weeks and see if we can figure something out. But the season's shot, the team is shot. They need everything. They need to trade back and then back and then back again. Get like 10,000 second-round picks, because I don't know what's wrong with this team. It seems like they're not in terrible positions. They just don't make plays. So, yeah, I'll see what happens. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do weekly videos for each team. So we have playlists directed to your team and the week in the description. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, and most importantly, comment in that section. I'd love to talk to you guys about what you think about the videos, what could be improved, what I did right. Thank you again. Lumia Sports. Peace.